fight out of the red corner, Quiachon.
So like Josh Shibata just said, this is the first professional fight here at FightersRep. And it's for a strap. Is it for a strap? I could be wrong. Maybe it's the next one. My bad, not for a strap. For those of you watching at home on YouTube, make sure you scroll down and click subscribe.
So these guys are ready.
And introducing his opponent, fight out of the blue corner, representing Fight Solutions, Warken. Scoring at ringside, Jerry Nolar, Cecil Peoples, and Luis Cobian. Your referee calling the action inside the ring, Pongson. Introducing first, fight out of the red corner. He stands at 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing fight time at 126 pounds. He has a professional kickboxing record of 3 wins with 3 losses. Fighting out of San Francisco Bay Area, representing Wooden Man Muay Thai, Quiachon. And his opponent, fight out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing fight time at 125.4 pounds. He has a professional kickboxing record, 2 wins, 2 defeats, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Long Beach, California, representing Fight Solutions, Warken.
All right, here we go, troop, with the first ever professional kickboxing match at FightersRep, and it's happening at FightersRep 9 in Seal Beach AIM Sports Complex.
Both these guys look like they're ready to get in there and get it started. I'm excited for this one.
Oh, absolutely. This is going to be fun. We've got Ethan coming down from this Bay Area up in San Francisco, making the trip for this professional fight. And we got Ricardo out of Long Beach. Both gyms very well represented, both of them. Loud crowd, big fan base.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see professional fights down here at FightersRep. One of the best matchmaking promotions in Southern California is now offering professional fights. That's only going to step the level of excitement up that much more here at FightersRep.
And they keep getting better and better.
Absolutely. I wonder what FightersRep 10 is going to have in store for us.
Here we go, the first professional match on the way.
Warken getting right at it and coming out with a head kick.
Because it's a professional match, we're going to see 3 3-minute rounds. Troop, instead of the amateur fights, we see those 3 2-minute rounds.
Awesome. Another big thing to keep in mind is no shin pads. We've seen a lot of fights tonight with shin pads and headgear. There's very little protection, especially for kicks, which I'm a big fan of because it keeps guys much more honest. Another interesting dynamic about this fight is we have a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter, which totally changes the way that the fight happens, the way movement works, and how to get advantageous positioning on your opponent. So typically when you see a southpaw versus an orthodox fighter, I give the edge to the southpaw because they're used to playing this game significantly more often because there's a lot less southpaws out there than orthodox fighters. One of the big games that these guys play is called foot dominance. Ooh, groin shot. That's perfect time for me to explain foot dominance. Got a little break in the action. Oh, he's ready to get back at it. That's a tough dude. But so when I'm talking about foot dominance, I'm talking about the lead leg being on the outside of the opponent's lead leg. It puts your hands in much better position to land on your opponent, and it puts you in a much better position to not take a shot from your opponent. Right there you saw the straight left down the pipe by Warken, where he had foot dominance, which is why it stuck him as well as it did.
Yeah, Ethan's doing a good job of establishing that inside leg kick, which is effective against those southpaws, Troop, like you were saying, because they're throwing the inside of the leg instead of the outside, and it's usually not
one
used
of
to
the
getting
big
hit.
dangers of throwing that rear leg kick to your opponent's lead leg from the open stance, which is what southpaw versus orthodox, is it's much easier to check, particularly with weight on it. That's actually how Anderson Silva broke his leg when he fought Chris Weidman. Was from him, because Anderson Silva's a southpaw, Chris Weidman was orthodox, and Anderson threw a ripping rear leg kick to Weidman's lead leg, which he kind of checked with weight on it, and it just snapped it.
Oh, big head kick there by Ethan.
So like I was saying about the foot dominance, giving people more advantageous positionings. Because both guys' power side, or power strike is on the same side, there's a lot more space that allows to be force to be generated from the right hand or the rear kick. So it's much more devastating with this open orthodox versus southpaw stance as it is versus orthodox versus orthodox.
An exchange of some kicks there, True.
Man, you hear the snap of that kick on the forearms. That is like a baseball bat to the forearm. You do not want to take too many of those. A good kick on the forearm can break your arm. So we saw Warken go to the body with a good left kick there.
Here we go, last 10 seconds of the first round.
It's so loud I can barely hear myself thinking here.
Great first round of professional action at FightersRep.
Absolutely. So like I was saying with Warken's rear body kick, when a fighter's a southpaw and he throws his rear leg into a kick to the body, the target that he lands on is typically the liver of the orthodox fighter, which is a devastating strike. So it's a big advantage for the southpaw to be throwing their big, powerful rear kick to their opponent's liver. But the downside is the southpaw's liver is on the front side of his body, making it much more accessible to his opponent. So it's a little bit of a give and take relationship that can be used as an advantage for either side based on how they use their attacks.
Thanks for that great breakdown, Troop. That's awesome. A lot of our fans out there don't understand the intricacies of here, but with a mind like yours here, you're able to explain it and they can understand it so much better.
There's a ton of strategy that goes into this game, and the more people understand the strategy, the more fun it is to watch.
Especially when you get to the level of these professional kickboxing, because they're not so much brawling anymore, it's more of a technical fight, right?
Absolutely, it's been extremely technical, especially if you look at some of the earlier fights. There were some very fun to watch scrappy fights, but they were brawls more so than technical fights. This has been a fantastic technical fight.
Good leg kick there.
Yes, you see Warken do the low kick to the lead leg, which gives him foot dominance. Then he drops his leg to the outside, so he hides his step in using that, and then fires the rear hand behind it. That's one of those attack setups that is significantly more effective in this type of southpaw versus orthodox fight.
Well, Ethan's thrown that head kick a few times now. He's had success with it early. Ricardo's been doing a good job of covering it up here in this round.
So like I mentioned to everybody earlier about the foot dominance, watch these guys fight to have their lead leg on the outside of the other. Typically, whoever has their lead leg on the outside is landing slightly better at the attacks. Not necessarily always, but it is the more advantageous position to be in.
And what we're seeing too, Troop, in these fights is a lot of more setting up those kicks versus just throwing them naked. They're throwing jabs out, they're throwing punches into their opponent's face. Even though it's not doing damage, they're touching them in the face, making them cover up, and then throwing those kicks.
Absolutely. Well, you don't have to throw a kick hard, but if your leg's a baseball bat, how hard do you really need to swing it into somebody else's leg? All you need to do is make it so he doesn't check it, because nothing sucks more than shin-to-shin collision. Well, actually, maybe a shin-to-face collision, but shin-to-shin's pretty bad. You see there? Ethan slipped to the outside, got the foot dominance, and landed a nice right hand.
He's having real success with that right leg kick, right mid body kick and head kick, and he keeps throwing it over and over. Oh, nice answer there. And there he goes again. Ricardo shakes his head as to say it didn't hurt him at all.
Warken cannot just absorb those shots. As soon as that kick lands, he needs to fire a straight left down the pipe immediately. Because if he can beat Ethan's leg coming back, he can get him wobbled back, or even potentially drop him. He just can't take free shots like that without firing back. He at least needs to make Ethan think about something coming back at him.
And even though they're landing on his arm, they'll start to add up too. It starts to numb your arm gets tired, it gets heavy.
Absolutely. I mean, a shin swinging that hard at a forearm can easily break it.
Yeah, you can see Ricardo's arm is getting pretty red.
Ethan looks like he's getting a little more comfortable. Warken looks like he's getting a little bit frustrated. Both guys are still absolutely in this fight, and it could be anybody's fight.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to the third round, Troop.
Absolutely. I would give that round to Ethan. I don't know who I'd give the first round to. It's definitely close. Ethan's in the corner. He looks like he's sitting up a little bit more and less out of breath than Warken. Warken slouched forward a little bit. I can't see his facial expression, so it's hard to tell how tired he is or if it's just kind of his body language. He's looking a little tired, though. If I had to say who had more energy, right now I would say Ethan does. He looks like he's ready to come out hot in this third round. His corner's got him hyped up. He's already off the stool. Warken actually looks pretty good. I couldn't see his face, so it was hard to tell.
Yeah, so Ethan's corner was asking him for more angles off of the jab, so let's see if he implements that.
Warken comes out with the pressure.
You can see the welt on his left arm there of Ricardo from those kicks.
Oh yeah, you can absolutely see that bruising on the back of his shoulder.
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier,
kick after kick, and those are, man, that's going to be a huge bruise tomorrow. Another one right on the shoulder.
They do not feel good. Oh, man.
And Ethan's doing a smart thing. If he's just going to take the kick on his arm, I'm just going to keep kicking you in the arm. So think about attacking people. It's not always necessarily about hurting them and doing damage. Sometimes you're trying to break their sword, beat their sword down so their sword's not as sharp to attack back. He's kicked him 6, 7, 8 times that arm. That left arm is significantly less capable of doing damage now.
Yeah, it looks like Ethan's starting to get into a little bit of a zone. He's starting to flow with his strikes, getting more comfortable in there.
Absolutely, it makes me wonder if it's an energy thing at this point. He looked very sharp in his corner and popping up into the third round. Very ready to come into this third round. And it's really showing now.
Yeah, you can see his confidence level has risen since the first.
Warken's hands have dropped down a little bit. You know, he's bringing him back up when he steps in the pocket. But he definitely looks like he's struggling to keep his arms as high as he was in the first round. And maybe those kicks that Ethan just landed another one on the arm are part of the factor in him struggling to keep his hands up.
Yeah, those kicks actually might be the deciding factor in this fight. Oh, big right hand down the pipe.
So something to notice about these kicks when Ethan throws it. Typically he has foot dominance, which is why he's in a good position to land him and not getting countered as well on him.
This has been another great fight here at Fighters Rep. A great fight to be the first professional one here.
Absolutely. Ethan definitely has Warken thinking about his kicks. He's starting to feint and step in. If this was a Muay Thai fight, I bet we'd be seeing some brutal elbows after that little teep fake. He just did it again. Oh.
Good feints by Ethan.
Warken's doing a fantastic job of protecting his head with his arms for those kicks, but man, like we've been saying, you don't want to just keep taking big shots to the arm like that. It's better than the face, but it's still not good.
kick from Ethan. Yeah, you can definitely see he's the more comfortable of the two. In the last 10 seconds of the third round here, another exciting fight at FightersRep 9. What a great fight by Ethan. What another great fight
by both competitors.
I gotta
felt
give
like Ethan won that fight, but you know, you never know, judges.
Absolutely. Based on the third round, Ethan really showed his dominance. He was more comfortable, pressed the pressure, he landed the bigger shots.
Absolutely.
I wonder if those welts on his arms gonna, sway any judges one way or the other.
I wonder how those welts on his arm are gonna feel tomorrow. Oh man. I know it's like getting kicked in the leg. That sucks. But your leg's at least a big thing of muscle. The arm, not so much, man.
Yeah,
his whole left arm's gonna be bruised up tomorrow.
It up pretty good here tonight.
Fans watching at home on YouTube, make sure you scroll down and subscribe to FightersRep. While we're at it, we want to give another shout out to all the Optimal Wellness, one of our sponsors here at FightersRep.
Let's send it inside of the ring to make this an official and find out who your winner is in the first professional kickboxing fight at FightersRep 9.
Kickboxing fight. All right, after 3 rounds of action, we go to our judges' scorecards for their decision. All 3 judges scored the bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. From the red corner, Ethan Quiachon!
And there you have it, your winner, Ethan, out of the red corner.
Ethan, take a picture with the girls. Here you go. Thank you.
We'll get these pictures done with the corner and the ring girls, and we're going to get inside of the ring for an interview with your winner.
Hey knuckleheads, be sure to smash that like button, comment and share this video, and don't forget to subscribe to continue to support FightersRep.